Hello everyone, my name is Diana Borja. Our presentation themes of the first partial design management learning. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the topics of the first partial of the design course. Okay, theme one, teaching process. Okay, the educational process focuses on engaging students assessing their curriculum and progress, and being aware of their own learning process as it unfolds. It is highly unlikely that a classroom without these steps will meet the goals of but students and teachers or etc. A teacher can foster an environment of trust and mutual respect by actively engaging students for feedback. Students represent a valuable resource for verifying whether the educational methodology is working properly. Okay, I think educational activation begins with the development of a curriculum that focuses on learners' intelligence, prior knowledge, and experience with the purpose of evidencing their understanding. Active learning, therefore, is interactive and requires intentionally sound design and appropriate framework. That is why this approach facilitates discussion, logic, experimentation, and feedback, encouraging reasoning. It is crucial that instructors are fully trained not only to teach students but also to be competent and willing to improve the lesson plan if it doesn't work as expected. In the lesson plan, objectives should address all perspective of the course. Planning facilitates teaching and determines the activities to be carried out. It also helps to implement the objectives of the class. When teachers build on their students' prior knowledge, there is a positive effect on learning, which helps to improve understanding and generate a positive attitude towards the learning process. Motivation is key at the beginning of the class, as it provides the main impetus to start learning a new foreign language, and this motivation should be applied at all levels of learners. Okay, the teacher is responsible for designing standardized tests and quizzes to assist student learning in his or her classroom. In addition, mention is made of the inclusion of example of rubrics for grading student work, ideas for evaluating your own performance as teacher, and suggestions for improvement as a teacher. Okay, in base instruction, independent variable the teacher, in intervening variables learning experience, dependent variable the student. It is in the then one. Um, Teaching process in base learner and content instructional approach how, context where, and concepts why. Theme 2 and 3, lesson planning. Class planning encompasses establishing goals for what the students will learn, determine how these goals will be achieved, and selecting the methods and strategies to be employed. The specific of the plan may vary based on the teacher's preference, the student level, and the specific needs identified by the teachers. A lesson plan includes learning objectives, activity design to facilitate learning, and assessment to evaluate the student progress. Lesson planning is an essential task for teachers as it involves familiarizing themselves with various aspects of the classroom, such as teaching factors, methods, learning theories, and strategies to cater to the unique needs of each student. It allows teachers to assess and evaluate whether the techniques and strategies being used are effective in supporting student learning. In summary, lesson planning is a daily and crucial responsibility that holds significant importance in the teaching process. Objectives: the lesson planning should address key questions, and once the aims of the objectives are established, it is crucial to ensure that planned lesson is comprehensible to the students. Developing a lesson plan is crucial for several reasons. Firstly, it provides teachers with the opportunity to reconsider objectives for the class. The specific activities to implement the sequence of the activities, the required resource, and the estimated duration for each activity. By engaging in the process of lesson planning, the teachers can ensure that their teaching approach is well structured and thoughtfully designed to meet the needs of their students. Um, Use the Bloom's taxonomy help teacher and the student to reach their goals. Theme 4 and 5, learning environment. The learning environment encompasses diverse physical locations, environments and ideologies where learners acquire knowledge. It recognizes that learning can take place in a variety of settings beyond the traditional classroom, including outdoor space and not school places. The term learning environment is often used to replace the more strict and conventional notion in the classroom with rows of desks and blackboard. It emphasizes the desire of today's students for a non-traditional learning environment. They seek opportunities to learn in diverse environments that test their ability through different strategies, plans, and approaches. Um, Learning environments are broad and includes goals for teaching and learning. Uh, what motivates the student to learn? Activities that the best support learning and assessment strategies that measure and promote the student learning. It is also mentioned that these components can be identified through observable characteristics of learning. The importance of having excellent classroom for all students is emphasized, which should be decorated and related to what the teacher is teaching. It is mentioned that the attractiveness of bulletin boards, classroom hallways, materials, and supplies makes students feel happy and observe how the physical arrangement of the classroom impacts their success. It is not that the physical environment reflects the teaching style, which motivates students and helps them understand and manage their emotion and interaction with others, as well as develop communication and conflict resolution skills. Um, in the case, it's important to mention uh, the students have the opportunity to develop and improve their attitude and behavior with the classroom. Although some people may consider the environment as insignificant, but it is important that parents and educators, it is something that should be considered as high priority. Uh, Development in the base learning. Them 6 and 7, uh, management of learning environment is based. Learning management can become an important tool that helps students and teachers motivate each other. It is really an opportunity to reflect on how management has developed, how it is at present, and how it might develop in the future. In addition, it is important to mention that management can be applied in any situation where people are involved, such as education and business. It is highlighted that teachers have skills to manage their class, effectively manage a group, design interesting activities, explaining a clear and help the students when they need they need it. Management is based on 4 steps that every teacher needs to know in order to create a learning environment. This uh, communication is based on our communication, producing work, assessment and feedback tools, collaborative activities. The important role played by the virtual learning environment inside and outside the classroom, it is that offers advantage compared to traditional classes. For example, there are platforms that allow students to interact with games, reading, listening, exercise, and practice speaking. Virtual learning environments are technology-based learning instructional system in which students acquire skills or knowledge with the help of teachers or facilitators. These environments provide technological tools and resources and are considered adaptive devices that enhance learning in different strategies ways. Um, Mobile learning is seen as a powerful tool that allows students to take learning anywhere, such as the bus, home, park, and school. It is important uh, knowledge that mobile learning promotes informal learning outside the classroom and allows students to record lectures, take pictures, and complete assignments. Assignments learning it is what people do. And mobile learning is in base technology provides opportunities for choice and supports a mobile society. Okay, yeah, that's all. It is my presentation. Thanks for the watch. Thanks.